post-secondary student aid study. The study reports that some 30% of those seeking a college degree are low-income first-generation students. About 90% of them drop out of school within 6 years with no degree in hand. More than 25% of those who leave do so after their first year in school. In addition, the study suggests a higher dropout rate comes as students work while in school to help pay the bills. The study also found they are less likely to be prepared for the academic rigors of college, enroll in a graduate program, or be engaged in college life. Dr. Wayne Dyer quotes, "If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change." February 2nd, 2012, I was studying with my friend Rahel in the library, second floor. The sun peeked through the huge windows, illuminating the corridors. We were in panic. It was exam day. Our books were laid out on the table, our pencils in a race against time. My phone rang. It was my oldest step-brother, Anthony. Hello? Nicole, what are you doing right now? In the library studying? Do you know what happened? No? Nicole, I think it's time for you to grow up. Dad is in the hospital. He got a heart attack. He's at Kaiser Permanente right now. Can you get in contact with your mother? I don't understand what she is saying on the phone. I hung up. That day, I withdrew from my pre-calculus class. It was my second quarter at Cal State LA. I went back home. I cooked my dad's favorite dish, stewed chicken, rice and beans with potato salad. I knew my family would come back hungry and tired. I wanted them to have a warm plate of food when they came back. I paced back and forth through the house. If it was my father's last day of life, I did not want to remember him fighting for his life. Weak, defenseless, hopeless. So like a coward, I pretended. My brother was the first person to walk in, and he came in with my nephew in his arms. Maurice, do you know where's Dad's insurance policy? Why would you be thinking about that right now? In my mind, I was to be strong like my dad, defend the home like my dad, keep the home going like my dad, for us, for my mom. So I can call and see what happens next. When the summer came, I started applying to several jobs. The only job that called me back was McDonald's. So McDonald's was my first employer. I was eager. Before signing on, I learned the complete McDonald's menu. But I quickly left that dead-end job to work at another dead-end job, Panera Bread. This place had a more refined feel. No rowdy customers or ratchet coworkers giving you a hard time. I didn't have anything better to do. I was a buzzer at Panera Bread, cleaning tables, washing dishes, carrying dishes, everything. I left this job too. I went to work in an office, an insurance office. Finally, some special treatment, too special. I caught my manager checking out my ass one too many times. I got him looking under my skirt, but the pervert could only imagine shit because I was wearing tights. It was when I had the insurance job that I made the choice to move out from my parents for the first time. Hey, Dad. What's up, Turkey? I packed all my stuff in my car already. What for? I'm moving out. Why would you do that for? I don't want to be sheltered anymore. I want to be independent. I don't want you taking care of me anymore. After what happened, I realized I have to do something for myself. That night, I left the house. I drove down the freeway all the way to San Gabriel Valley. No, I did not have my own room like at my parents' house. I rented out the living room. But I was independent. After a couple of weeks, I caught my big break. Los Angeles Unified School District offered me a job working with kids. And soon enough, I left my insurance job and said, goodbye, bitches. Working with kids and in the field of education got me back into focusing on my academics. By spending most of my time and effort seeking a high-paying job, I had neglected my education. Initially, I aspired to become a doctor, so I was majoring in biology. But all the science classes were offered in the morning. I needed a major that allowed me to work 6 hours each day of the week, so I changed to business, but then I didn't like business. Then I thought about kinesiology, but again, I couldn't attend morning classes. Ultimately, I came across communications and decided to stick with it until the end. When I chose to major in communications, I was living with my long-term middle school and high school friend. I took the leap of faith to move in together because we practically grew up together. Plus, we both didn't want to deal with roommates and needed a life away from our parents, but things ended up badly. Your breakfast is in the kitchen. Are you going to eat it, or can I cover it and put it in the fridge? You see, it doesn't feel right just cooking for yourself. Yuritsa, after our conversation yesterday, we did not agree on anything. I just told you to think about things and decide if you want to continue living with me. But it doesn't feel right just cooking for yourself. I suggested we buy separate food and cook separately so that we don't get into a misunderstanding again. You thought I didn't eat the food that you cooked when I actually did, and it was good. Then, because you thought I didn't eat your food, you assumed I would be a bad daughter-in-law to Edwin's mom by denying her food one day. I don't know how I not eating your food turned into me not being a good daughter-in-law. I'm trying to avoid misunderstandings. She starts tearing up. Nicole, I just don't trust you anymore. No, you're not going to make me feel guilty when things weren't entirely my fault. We all have fault. What happened to leaving things in the past, a clean slate? I feel forced living with you. You feel forced living with me? I don't trust you anymore. Okay, so if you don't trust me anymore, then I can't do anything about that. I'll start packing my things. I throw my breakfast away, which I just made, and started taking apart my IKEA desk. Good thing IKEA has very, furniture that you could just dismantle. It's okay. She said, you don't have to move now. I'm like, it's okay, I'd rather move out now because next week I have finals. Then stay until next month when you finish school. And I say, Yuritsa, you can't tell someone you don't want them in your life anymore, and then ask them to stay. You have to stand firm behind the choices you make. So I stuffed my car with my stuff. She started cooking in the kitchen. I drive to my friends and unload the car. Then I head back and pick up the last items. At the end, we didn't speak, just texted our last words. I left the keys on the chair in the front, and she said, okay. Since I moved out, she called me one time, but I did not answer. I thought to myself, no, there's no take-backs this time. This is not middle school or high school, this is real life.